Hey, I'm Ashley Adamson and I'm walking through Paris. I thought I would share with you some of my female dating strategy tips and tricks to finding a partner. Now, I'm a trans woman, so I think there's a caveat here, especially because I don't think the female dating strategy community supports trans women in its entirety. Shots fired, but hi, hello. But I get support from those females, so that's cool. But, I thought it'd be interesting to share my dating strategy as a trans woman and as a woman. Because, I met a guy here in Paris. He owns 3 businesses. He's a high quality guy. I really like dating him. And I don't know, maybe this is relationship material. I think it's pretty good. So I want to talk about that. So where do I start? I guess the core of my strategy has been to keep saying no. And I think this is something that it's just a thing that it's a principle that I think is worth encompassing for everything that you do in life, whether that's finding the right job, finding friends, making more money, doing things. Sometimes it's worth it to just say no to opportunities because there's a better opportunity. Now, I don't mean endless searching and just being like, oh, but there's a better one, but there's a better one. But you have to kind of set this threshold. And this is what I use as my main strategy, is setting a threshold of stuff that you accept and stuff that you don't accept. And the table stakes for if you were betting, when you play poker, you need to put in some money to start to play the game. These are the stakes. These are the table stakes that I consider to be really important to just be able to date me. And it's kind of like a super niche because I work remotely. Here I am in Paris. So it's I think the person that I'm dating has to be able to work remote, which automatically eliminates a huge section of the population because most people don't work remotely, right? But on top of that, they have to be willing to date someone who's trans, which makes it more difficult because, 10%, 5%, maybe even 2% of men are willing to date me just because I'm trans. So it's they gotta be willing to date me because I'm trans, and they gotta be remote. That's bare minimum. Then I have to be physically attracted to them. They then have to have a certain degree of confidence in themselves and be financially secure, making a decent amount of money, whether that's a little bit less than me or ideally as much, if not more. And I think it's not a lot of criteria, but it's enough criteria to eliminate huge swaths of potential candidates. But you know what? It makes it easier to find the good ones. And I think this is the mistake that a lot of people make is they go, well, I could kind of see this working and I could make it kind of work because it's the only option that I have. No, girl, stop it. You can't do that to yourself. You have to have standards that you stick to that enable you to move faster through these things. When you're shopping for clothes, having a set of standards or expectations for what you're shopping for helps you find the good clothes faster, or maybe you say no to more clothes sooner. For example, for me, I only shop certain colors, and so that makes it a lot faster for me to be able to identify the clothes that I do like and also avoid a lot of clothes that I don't like. So, for you, what does this mean? What is something that you value? Oh shit, someone fell in the middle of the street. Oh no, they just dropped their groceries. Oh God, okay. I think looks like she's okay and people are taking care. I'm just gonna go this direction. There's 12 people around there, so that should be okay. So for you, what are some standards? What are some non-negotiables that you're not willing to budge on? But what are some things that you are willing to budge on? I just laid out a bunch of very hard, fast rules, but there's a lot of openness there. There's a lot of flexibility for what comes my way. And I think that flexibility should be ingrained in the process of dating. I know some people are like, oh, well, you got to manifest your ideal partner by knowing exactly what they look like, drawing it up on a vision board, and then like you manifest it, babe. Yeah, you do that. No, I don't believe that's the right way to do things, because when you force it and constrain it to that level of degree, you create so much limitation that you are now forcing the thing that you think you want versus what you should actually have, what the universe actually wants to give you. And so leaving some amount of formlessness for the universe to take shape for what you should have versus what you think you want is going to give you something that could pay dividends in your lifetime. So, that's the flip side of what I'm saying is there should be sets of standards that kind of create a box for what is allowable that helps you sort through your things. But then you also allow a certain degree of flexibility so that you don't go forcing yourself down a path that maybe is not good for you, right? Yeah. So, like, that is my female dating strategy somewhat. I think there's a lot of nuance in here that I should probably expand on in another episode. But, like, does that make sense? Like, how do you like to approach dating? I mean, God, like, it's so hard as a woman and then as a trans woman, right? But maybe this can help you figure out, like, what's going to be good for you in terms of creating some boundaries. It might be worth even writing these down and thinking and reflecting, like, what qualities have you worked on yourself that you admire about yourself now, that you're proud of, things that you overcame, your flaws that you knew that you could get through. Like, is that something that you value, and would you like to have that in your partner? Like, those kinds of things, right? So if you like this video, you want to give me a super thanks, you want to support me by joining my memberships and seeing my diaries, please do that. I really appreciate that. And let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments, because not just for me, but I think for other people involved who are seeing this, they all benefit. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Ashley Adamson. I'll see you in another episode soon. Bye.